A coworker did my hair today, like on a whim. Got one. It was starting to fall out, so I wanted to take it out. I didn't realize that maybe every girl does it different, but man, she does not put in hair ties the same direction as I do. Because I went to pull it out and it just got caught on everything. So maybe that's just like a thing. Like everybody puts in hair ties their own direction, which sounds kind of dumb, but I mean it makes sense. Everybody writes their name in an own way, so of course they put their hair up their own way too, right? You know, it's weird. I started with that because I made notes. I actually want to talk about that. I left my fan on. Hold on. Oh, hi. I was really recently thinking about like what things that I've just kind of taken for granted that other people can or can't do, or okay, so like a big thing that has recently been kind of brought to my attention with like going to Kairos and hearing all these like people can be broken down into 4 categories, and a lot of people struggle with this, or a lot of people struggle with this, or a lot of people, you know, and like there's this many things that people struggle with, but it's only 4, and there's like how many different people, but everybody struggles with these same problems. And it's not new to me to know that people struggle with the same problems, because I don't know, like I've helped out with my youth group at church, and I, you know, a lot of high schoolers, like they all just want to fit in, and like a lot of college students, like they just want to be successful and, you know, they want to make people proud. And for me, the big thing, like I've never felt like I'm alone in a struggle or in like in being able to do something. Everybody can walk. Everybody can walk. Yeah, like yeah, there's some exceptions, but everybody's able to walk. For me, everybody struggles with self-image, everybody struggles with confidence, and everybody struggles with self-control. Like these are facts. Instead of like only me having these problems, it's, well, everybody has these problems, but they're better at dealing with it than you are. And you're a failure because they've already gotten their stuff together and they're able to get on the right track, and you're still struggling with the same stuff. Like that's my inner monologue. I don't ever feel like I'm totally alone in some struggle. Like I know that there's somebody else that's gone through it before. But like I said, my deal is just that I'm just dumber than the other people because it takes me longer to learn the lesson. And like I realized this recently because music. I don't know how old I was, middle school, high school, something. But we were talking about, you know, God-given gifts by the Holy Spirit in some Sunday school class or youth group or something. And I remember talking to Mom and I'm like, well, what's my gift? Because like I'm thinking, I'll be able just to know different languages and speak in tons, or like be super wise and be able to like be like a prophet and like get visions of the future. You know, it was like the superpower. Like what's mine gonna be? And I just remember Mom going, oh, I know what yours is. It'll come to you. And I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. Come to find out, she was talking about music. And I was just like, that's not a gift. Because like it's just something that makes sense. Wasn't anything that, and now saying it, it's like, I guess that's kind of a superpower. At the time, like, in my mind, everybody could do music. And I didn't understand what the big deal was, just because that's how it came for me. And I don't understand, and I would not understand to the point of tears and frustration why Mom would insist that I sing every time we went to go and see Grandpa Booth in the nursing home. Because every time we went to go visit him, we would have to go into the ward where they lock people in because of dementia. And she'd like parade me up in front of people, and they'd gather them all around, and some of them were drooling, and a lot of them could talk, and some of them would like try to reach out and grab me, and I hated having all of them just stare at me, and then they'd be like, and sing, and I'm like, no, like I don't, and I would beg her, I'm like, Mom, please just let me play the piano instead, and like cry. Did not, even now, like I can't define why it made me so uncomfortable. But like I totally didn't get why she was so insistent upon it. Like, why would you want me to sing? Like, make David sing. He can sing. Why don't you sing? Like, why am I the one doing it? And I was like, well, it's because you're the one taking the voice lessons. It's like, I don't want to do this. I want to sing in voice lessons. I love singing, but I don't want to sing in a nursing home where everybody's staring at me. God, I sound selfish. But it's the music thing. I didn't think I was special. Thought everybody could do it. And then, like, when I struggle with stuff, it's just because I was dumb. Everybody else could do it. I was just taking slower to get it because I'm dumb. And, like, I never feel like an exception. I don't know if anybody else struggles with that. I never feel like, oh, I'm the only one to ever deal with... No. Like, in my mind, I'm constantly just another faucet of the statistics. And it's really dumb because like I lose out on joy with stuff, like with my old boss. So when I worked at Chick-fil-A up in Fort Wayne, I was very, very close to both the marketing director and the actual owner of the store. I would house sit and dog sit for them every time they left the country, which actually was a lot and made me really jealous. And like I'd come over and hang out with them sometimes, and I'd just talk with them, and they are two absolutely amazing women I was very blessed to get to know in my life, and totally optimistic and generous and hardworking and everything that I want to be. But I thought for the longest time, like I was just one of the people that worked for them, and I wasn't any special or different. But it wasn't until I was helping them pack up their belongings, because they moved up to Michigan for a Chick-fil-A in Grand Rapids, and I was helping them pack up their boxes, and I kind of realized, wait a second, like I'm here and I'm doing this, and they're like giving me pots and pans and stuff. Like they don't do this for this other team member that's almost exactly like me, but they do it for me. And so I even said something to my boss. I'm like, I just had an epiphany. You guys don't do this for this other team member. You do this for me. And she's like, duh! Newsflash! Hello? Yeah, you're special. And I was like, huh. Like it just didn't sink in. So then when the marketing director came in that I was super close to, like crazy close, the owner was like, hey, tell her what you just told me. Tell her what about your epiphany. Oh, so I was just thinking, and I told her, and she's like, duh! Larissa is loved. Hello? Makes me smile a lot just even thinking about it now. Oh man, I miss them. And like, I had a friend from church, I'm trying to remember who it was. Don't think it was you, Joe. I think it was Kathy Gray. She pulled me to the side and she was like, don't sell yourself short. What? When you go to Nashville, when you go to Nashville, promise me you're not gonna sell yourself short. Okay, I promise. I'm serious, Larissa. Okay, I promise. And like, I get what she was getting at. There's always someone better than you. There's always someone better than you. I've always thought that I need to be humble, but in doing that, I've kind of been self-harming, isn't the word? And not like self-judgment. This is gonna drive me nuts. What is the word? Self-deprecating. That's the word. I've been self-deprecating a lot. And that's a hard habit for me to break even now. And like I said before, it's a hard habit for a lot of people. And I know who I get it from, because it's definitely hereditary for me. I learned it from one of my parents. I'll let you guess who. In trying to be humble and to be, like Christian and what Christ has called me to be, I don't want to be boastful or prideful or arrogant. And it's like a really fine line between humility and self-deprecating for me, because if it makes someone else laugh, well, it's all worth it. But maybe I sell myself short. It's not just because I'm like wanting to be humble, but it's also because I very obviously know that I am not the biggest fish in the pond. Like there's always someone better than you. Always someone better looking, better skilled, better suited, better attitude. Like there's always someone better than you. Not saying that you shouldn't try your best, or that I'm not going to try my best, but it definitely puts a dampener on. Why? Why am I doing this to myself? That kind of came to fruition this week. So my friend Mariah is still in town. She actually leaves tomorrow. I'm major bummed out about it. I'm going to see her tomorrow morning for breakfast, and then she leaves. But we went to jazz Sunday night again, and in going in the door, she's like, are you performing tonight? And I'm like, I didn't practice anything. I don't really know jazz. This is a really bad idea. And I'm like, probably not. She goes, okay, well, if you do perform, it's only $5 to get in. But if you're just gonna listen, it's $10. I was like, only $5. That's a good deal. That's not double digits. That's a 50% cut just to sing. And this is in Nashville. Shouldn't it be 50% more for you to sing? Because everybody's gonna want to sing. She goes, well, I'll take 10, and if you sing, come back to me and I'll give you like your $5 back. I'm like, okay. So we're sitting down, and they had some really good ones this week. See, and now I need to pull up the videos that way I can make sure I find the right one. Oh yeah, so they had the same guy there, the same piano player dude, and this guy, he reminds me of a jazz piano teacher from IPFW, and he also reminds me of another musician mentor that's very, very dear to my heart. But he plays piano, and it's just like water, and it's amazing to watch him play and to see him riff off of other people in real time. And like, I love him because his go-to like piano rhythm is definitely like a samba. But I took some videos of him playing so that way I could show you guys. So I've got Obviously he wasn't very samba-like there. It was more of a swing, but it's really cool to hear that. Oh, and then they brought up this trumpet player that was really good. That's a song that the trumpet player wrote. I loved it. It was very swingy and anyway, I got more. Oh, and then this is the piano solo that he did for that song. And then this lady went up to sing. Her name was Crystal, and she sounded just like Ella Fitzgerald, and it was beautiful. Find it's only your imagination again. You go And then that's when they called my name. And I just want to preface this by saying I'm never going to go on a stage without practicing beforehand ever again, because it was not good. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to watch myself. Like, I don't want to watch the video of it. Oh. This is for you, Grandma.
Like the beat, beat, beat of the tom-tom when the jungle shadows fall. Like the tick, tick, tock of the stately clock as it stands against the wall. Like the drip, drip, drip of the raindrops when the summer showers through. So a voice within me keeps repeating you, you, you. Day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the roaring traffic smooth, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you day and
I'm telling him that I forgot the lyrics. I couldn't remember what they were. I'm really glad everybody started talking, because that means that there were less people watching me. Telling me to go in whenever I'm ready. They sound great. They sound great. Yeah, that was my entrance. It's not the right lyrics. was me thanking them.
Chris, one more time. And this was Adam on guitar, everybody.
They sounded great. Half of sounding well when singing is just being confident. Like, I know that. I was not. But then, like, Crystal came up and, like, came up to the back and was like, you did really good. And I'm like, I am not worthy. She was the one that sounded really, really good and was just like had it all together earlier. It was not me. So that meant a lot. And then afterwards, like, I approached the piano guy because I'm like, look, thank you for trying to work with me and doing a great job at working around me when I came in on the wrong spot and with the lyrics. And the first thing he said to me was, no, I'm sorry for not giving you what you needed and what you were trying to listen for to come in on stuff. Don't apologize to me, please. I don't deserve that. But I asked him what I should listen to. Well, and then he goes, let's figure out something and we'll try it again. That sounds great. I'm trying it again and getting it right. Don't know that I want to get up there again. But I know I need to. But man, what a great first time to sing in Nashville, folks. There it is. Your first ever Larissa performance. It was like, can only go up from here. But I did ask him what I needed to listen to. But yeah, it's definitely making me like carve out time at home to practice over stuff because I don't want to be caught off guard ever again. I'm trying to do half an hour each day. On an added plus, I was not the worst show, the worst performer that evening.
You know when it's way it's deep. I remember see love song baby. Now that Maggie's
I guess if ever there was a music to sound bad in, it would be jazz. Because you can't. I feel like jazz or screamo hard rock. Those would be the best ones to be off pitch. Did that Sunday, and Mariah's leaving tomorrow. So we'll have to see how that goes. Now that I have my evenings back, I'm no longer closing our store. My coworker's back from vacation, so I feel like I can do things now. Speaking of doing things, I do want to make it to church tonight for the first time in 2 weeks. 3 weeks, maybe more, for Tuesday night church. I've missed it, so I am going to sign off. Meanwhile, to everybody at work who has suddenly decided to watch these videos, if you're even still watching, and to those that have subscribed to me, watching you too. Until next time, thank you for joining me this week. I appreciate you spending some time to listen to my stories and putting up with videos of me doing a really bad job singing for the first time here in Nashville. Anywho, thank you. Until next time, and I hope you have a great week.